Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom. This episode, we will discuss the rules of engagement when joining the GOAT James Kingdom show on Sunday afternoons. The GOAT James Kingdom show is an open forum to debate about basketball and the GOAT conversation. But some panelists seem to think that they can come on the show and say whatever they want or behave however they want. This will get you exposed, and we have a perfect guest to show you as an example to what not to do when joining our show.
Oh yeah, in my crystal
So
ball.
can I hear why
Mhm.
you guys don't have why y'all have LeBron over Jordan? Is that what y'all saying?
And here is a perfect example for the first rule on GOAT James Kingdom show. You must do your own research. You must be prepared to come on the show and talk about the topic at hand, which we choose a different topic every week, or do the research on the topic at hand in which you want to speak about. Lastly, you must also do your research on GOAT James Kingdom, what we do and what we talk about. If this young man would have done his research on us, then he would have already known what is our case and our stance when it comes to LeBron James over Michael Jordan. But he didn't do that. He came here for an argument. So let's continue the conversation and see where it goes.
Yeah, LeBron is the GOAT. This is called GOAT James Kingdom. It's a reason. Yes, LeBron is
Right,
the GOAT
right.
of basketball. Yes.
So
It's just a name. It's
why is
just a
he
name.
why is he better than Michael Jordan?
Uh, we'll make it simple and plain. He just accomplished more. He just does more with the basketball. He just has the more illustrious career. It's hard to trump what LeBron James has done for 20 years plus, and still doing it. It's hard to trump it.
So he accomplished more?
Yes.
He did more? Is that what you're saying?
Mhm. Yes.
So what did he
It's
accomplish more
about to
besides
be
the totals?
extended.
The totals points per game. You know, the totals like longevity
Besides
stats.
play on
What
the
has
court,
he accomplished?
besides play on the court.
Jordan got
That's what you're
6.
saying.
One got 4.
Okay, rule number 2. You do not get to control the narrative nor dictate what we can speak about or not speak about. He asked us a question and then told us how we can respond to the question in which he asked us. This is another thing that Michael Jordan fans or LeBron James haters do. They do not allow you to speak on LeBron James's greatness or anything that he has over Michael Jordan. Basically, any accomplishment that LeBron James has over Michael Jordan cannot be counted, and any failures Michael Jordan has also cannot be counted. And this is how they try to control the narrative or the conversation and try to think that they're going to win a debate this way. You don't do that on GOAT James Kingdom. And they do this because they already have a pre-script narrative or take that they want to talk about, and they're basically trying to control what you can say. So watch as he reads his script and continually to blabber about a bunch of nonsense, and we expose him here on GOAT James King.
Jordan got
I
6
mean,
in his
This
era.
this is
Yeah.
about to be
I
extended.
mean, that's like me asking you what does Jordan
Come
has
on,
as the
Brandon Bruce
GOAT
Lee, don't do that.
besides the championships? If we're gonna minus things from players' careers, then that would trump exactly what I'm saying. You have to count what he accomplished. That includes everything. You can't take
Yeah,
away
you
anything
said
away.
that's the key word. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe Jordan accomplished more in less time than LeBron James, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he hasn't.
Ten
What
scoring
did he
titles,
Really?
accomplish more than LeBron?
defensive player of the
Really?
year. I'm waiting on LeBron to win
Really?
defensive player of the year.
This show about to get extended.
Oh,
Okay,
defensive
okay.
player of the year
I,
can't
I'm
count.
very okay.
I know
Okay,
that
guys.
right now.
I am very confused. Your thing was accomplishments. Okay, I have never heard nobody say that LeBron James accomplished more than Michael Jordan. Never. You were the first person that ever said that to me, and I'm trying to get you to explain why. Because Michael Jordan, last I checked, he has more championships, MVPs, Final MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All Defensive Team, scoring champ, Defensive Player of the Year, steals champ, higher PER, higher VORP. I mean, I can just keep going. I mean, how did he
And we
accomplish
can go
more?
and we can go to the same thing. LeBron James had more All NBAs, more All Stars.
Yeah, he played
He's been
longer.
to more.
Yes.
Rule number 3. If you're willing to have a conversation with anyone, you have to be willing to listen if you're willing to talk. This is something that Michael Jordan fans cannot do. He tried to cut me off. Now, again, we waited for him to join the panel after we were ready to get off on the show for him to speak, and all he wanted to do was ask us questions, and when it was time for us to respond, he was cutting us off. He wouldn't let us speak because he did not want to listen to what we had to say. He just wanted to respond. This is what you cannot do when you get on GOAT James Kingdom. All GOAT James Kingdom guest panelists will be allowed to speak and will be given the time to speak. We will not restrict anyone from speaking or giving their take. We will have a civil conversation about basketball, though. And if you cannot listen to somebody while they're speaking, then you're not trying to have a conversation. And this is what they try to do. And this is why he got exposed on GOAT James Kingdom. But let's let him continue.
No, that's in the same within the same 15
seasons.
seasons.
Career.
And we're talking we're going to lower it to 15 seasons. I'm going to actually lower it to 15
They just did
seasons.
this.
No. Why you doing? Wait. You don't have to.
I'm gonna know because I'm just
no. I'm saying you don't have to. You don't have to. I want you to do his whole entire career to now. You don't have to do 15 years.
No, but you just said
do his whole career. No, just do his whole
career.
You're not gonna
just do that.
LeBron James career for Jordan.
Listen, Vision. You just came here and told me that I gave you everything, and when I gave you everything, you said no in shorter time. So that means I have to do it in Jordan's time.
You can't do that. You said a career.
I can't use anything that means
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You're going to say it's because he played longer. So why would I state that if you're going to just state because he played longer, which means he's better. That makes you better there. That right there. Add that as a check. He played longer.
Go ahead.
Vince Carter played longer than some folks. Are you gonna say?
Rule number 4 on GOAT James Kingdom. No third-party interruption or trying to cut people off from speaking or interjecting when it's not your turn. This is something that Michael Jordan fans and obviously some people just think that they can do whenever they join someone else's show. Again, you are a guest speaker, so you have a time to speak, and when that time comes up, that's when you speak. After that, you must listen. So again, if you join the panel, you cannot interrupt or try to tag team when someone is trying to speak or respond to someone else's questions. You have to allow the panel and everyone to speak when it's their turn to speak. When it's your turn, you will have your chance to speak. And this is something that we will not tolerate in GOAT James Kingdom. But let's continue the conversation.
So basically, is Dirk Nowitzki better than Wilt Chamberlain? Is Karl Malone better than Tim Duncan based on these longevity stats, correct?
It's not longevity.
Just asking. I'm just asking.
I'm just asking. Listen, on the totality.
Hold up. Did you say Karl Malone is better than Tim Duncan because of longevity stats?
No,
I'm using his logic.
I'm
using his logic.
And now we move on to rule number 5 when joining our panel on GOAT James Kingdom show. No false accusations. You cannot accuse people of saying something that they did not say. You must stay on topic and you must be able to articulate yourself better than that. He is reaching for straws now as he wants to dictate the conversation into a longevity talk. We did not state nothing about longevity at all. And this is what they do. And this is what happens when you don't follow the first 4 rules. You end up here making false accusations because you do not know how to speak basketball. But let's let him continue to expose himself.
I'm using his logic.
No, it's not. That's not my logic because they both have longevity.
But you're going about total all-time stats, man.
Jordan has longevity. It's just that his longevity don't match up. That's your problem. You want to act like Jordan don't have longevity because his longevity don't match up.
He doesn't have longevity to LeBron. That's correct. But that's not what I said. Hey, hold on. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Am I talking to the exposer or sports analyst?
Right now.
All right. Can I answer his question before you talk? Can I answer his question before you talk?
Answer this question first. I just want to ask you a simple question.
So I can't answer this man's question.
Yeah,
Go James Kingdom, man. Go James Kingdom, man.
And this brings us to the 6th rule of GOAT James Kingdom when joining our panel. No playing guest host. Brandon and I are the host of the show. We will narrate the show as needed so that we can get the show on the way it's supposed to go. I don't know why people think that they can go on other people's shows and try to tell them how to speak or when to speak. That's not how it works. You are a special guest on the show and you will be allowed to speak, but you cannot try to cut off the host of the show. But this is a typical response from an ESPN NBC fan because as he can see the conversation is not going his way, let's watch how he shuffles for more nonsense.
They made the rules.
I have to ask you this simple question. Is LeBron James having more assists is something that LeBron accomplished better than Jordan?
I'm making that shit go.
LeBron has played with more go-to guys that can score more than Michael Jordan.
No. Is LeBron having more?
He played with guys. He played with more scores than Michael Jordan ever did. That's a fact. Dwayne Wade is a better scorer than anybody Michael Jordan ever played with. Kyrie Irving is a better scorer than anybody Michael Jordan ever played with. Anthony Davis is a better scorer than Michael Jordan ever played with. I'm giving you why. I'm telling you why he got more assists. So you got guys that can create their own shots. You're being irrelevant. If no disrespect to none of y'all, but then you're being irrelevant, bro. You talking about the assists.
There's nothing we can say there. If you're saying that LeBron James having more assists than Michael Jordan is not an accomplishment.
Now, we all know when someone says no disrespect, what comes right afterwards is their disrespect. And this leads us to our 7th and last rule when joining the GOAT James Kingdom panel, which is know how to talk basketball. Because when you follow the rules like we asked you to, you'll be able to get better conversations with us on GOAT James Kingdom, unlike this young man right here who literally was trying to discredit assists by LeBron James because he cannot handle the accomplishments LeBron James has over Michael Jordan. This is how they try to dictate and control the narrative when it comes to the GOAT conversation. But this is why GOAT James Kingdom exists. We literally expose people like this all the time because their narratives are based on nothing but myths. So again, when you come on GOAT James Kingdom, please follow these simple rules.